Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Fit and Lit podcast. I'm your host, Bridget Koenig, and we are here to talk about fitness and literature and steamy books and just lifestyles in general. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about getting old. We're going to be talking about why lifestyle is super important. And you're going to get to hear a little bit about why I have a gigantic headband on if you are watching on YouTube. My hair is getting a little bit longer. I have some like little wannabe ponytail going on here. It's quite cute. So head on over to YouTube if you want to see it. I'm pretty proud of it. We've got some hair growth happening. If you didn't know, I shaved my head like a year and a half ago. I have a whole video on it on YouTube. So you should go watch it if you're curious about why I did that. I highly recommend everyone shave their head. Anyway, that's not the point. Okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the trip that I went on this past weekend. And I apologize. I have like two heaters on me right now, so you shouldn't be able to hear them whirring in the background. But if you can, that's what it is, because it is like officially fall here on the Central Coast. It is officially getting cold. This morning it was like 38 degrees, which for us, that's a big deal. It's like normally like 45, between 45 and 75 at all times here. If it's 80 degrees, it's like crazy hot. We don't have air conditioning here. So I apologize. That the whole point of me saying all of that was to tell you that if you hear a whirling, that's the right word, right? Whirring of the heaters in the background. I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but just in case. I just did a workout. I did cardio kickboxing and boot camp, just like I do every Monday. My legs are going to feel it tomorrow. I've been running and I have a big run tomorrow. Not a big run. I have a serious run, like a training run that I need to do tomorrow. So I'm really hoping that my legs don't you know, like I'm not sore, and I hope it doesn't affect my run. But I wanted to talk about this a little bit because we went to Monterey over the weekend to visit some family, which was amazing. There are people who kind of suck the life out of you when you see them. You're just like, wow, like, okay, I need a break. I need to like rethink some things. I need to like, all right, I can't wait for the next holiday to see them, but I don't really want to see these people, any other time in between. Let's just be friends on Facebook. There are just people like that. And then there are people who, after you talk to them, you feel like you want to become a better person. You feel energized. You feel like you are heard, you are seen, you are making connections with these people. And that is how my husband's cousins are. Like every time we see them, we're like, man, we need to see them more. Like I wish we lived closer to them. Like they live such an amazing lifestyle, which we're going to talk about again here in a minute. And every time we leave there, we don't want to leave. And after we left, the kids asked if they could go back to visit. So that's always like really nice. And it kind of reminds you to kind of like, am I being this person? Am I an energy sucker? Or am I giving these people, everybody that I communicate with, am I seeing them? Am I hearing them? Am I making them feel like we should make people feel, everyone should feel like worthy and like they want to become better every day. And I think that's something really important to kind of think about. How are you treating the people around you? How are you treating yourself? Because that energy of how you treat yourself, transfers to those around you. Your vibe, kind of changes the room, kind of changes those people around you. So, but it was just really nice to be around them again and see them and have our kids meet them. And it was a really nice weekend. We didn't have any plans, which the last, 500 vacations we've been on have been like revolved around something that we have to do, specifically like trail races, or like we just have like a big event that we're kind of like basing our whole vacation over, and we didn't have it this time. So it was really nice. We went to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. We met up with some family, and it was a really good time. And I've been running. So I've been running, right? And it was funny because we went on a vacation without a run. And we went to a place where they were having a run that weekend. We ran into our running friends. There was a running expo in that area. There was like sales going on at different places because of this. It was the Monterey Half Marathon. So I just thought it was really funny. Like, we went on vacation, not for a run, ended up going for a run. Like there was running stuff happening. But anyway, I went to a Fleet Feet, and so my feet have changed so much. I used to run a lot. Like, that's how my husband got into running, was because I was running. And my feet, that growing up, like my whole life, being a dancer, being like everything, I've always had almost non-existent arches, and I've had really weak feet. So, and my arches collapse when I put weight on them. So I overpronate a lot, or I used to. Like, I always, when I first started running, like back in like 2010, I got fitted for some shoes, and I had to have like I was suggested different orthotics because my feet pronated so much, and I had knee pain, I had ankle pain because of that overpronation in my feet. Well, take it back to 2020 when I started doing a lot of barefoot work. I read that freaking book, Born to Run, where they talk about barefoot running and like the benefits of being barefoot and all of that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go barefoot now, just like everyone else who reads that book. Well, it turns out it is not a scam, and it really does work, because when I got my feet scanned, that Fleet Feet, so I've always been an 8 or an 8.5. Like, that was just my shoe size, 8 or 8.5. With running, of course, you go to half a size to a size bigger. So I was like a 9.5 in running shoes. And when he measured my feet, the guy at Fleet Feet, I was a 7.5. A 7.5. So my feet have strengthened so much that like they shrunk, because your arch goes up. You don't, your feet kind of like your toes pull back because your arch pulls up, if that makes sense. And I had normal, like on the higher end of the normal to high, not high arches, but like right before high arches. I've never had arches like, and I tell people this all the time. Like, I'm like, look, I have an arch. Like, I can stick my fingers underneath my feet. And he didn't say anything about overpronation. He's like, you pronate a little bit, but it's nothing to worry about. And I was like, what? Like, this is so crazy. And I was just like when he went in the back, the guy from Fleet Feet, he went in the back, and I was like, I looked at my husband and I was like, oh my God, like, he just told me all this. And I was so excited because at my studio, we're barefoot all the time. I have been wearing my Vivo barefoot shoes. I don't wear flip-flops anymore, because flip-flops are horrible for your feet, by the way. Like, they're horrible. If you're wearing flip-flops more than like for an hour, please stop doing that. But yeah, I've been wearing like, shoes where I can spread my toes out, really feel the ground. And like all of 2020, I'm not going to say why because I don't want to hurt anybody, but we went hiking a lot. Like there wasn't so much to do, so we went hiking a lot, and I was wearing my Vivo barefoot shoes every hike, and I still have them. Like they're so well made. Um, but I'll leave a link down below if you want to check them out. I think you get like 25% off with my code. I'll double check, but of course it'll be down in the show notes, or in the description, depending on where you're watching this. But yeah, so going barefoot really isn't a scam. Like my feet, I don't have foot pain. I don't have ankle pain anymore. I don't have knee pain. My back has gotten significantly better. And I think it's just because it goes up the chain of everything kind of working. So if you have foot pain, knee pain, ankle pain, I'm just saying maybe check out barefoot shoes. Check out that, check it out because it might help you. And again, this has been since 2020. So it's been 3 years of doing this. It's not like it's going to happen overnight. But yeah, so anyway, it was really good. I tried on a bunch of I tried on New Balances. I did not like them. I tried on some On Cloud. I did not like them. I tried on like all these different ones. And then I got to I've been running in ultras for a while. So I was like, I kind of want to try ultras because if you're familiar with ultras, they are very pro like the barefoot thing. So they're a zero drop, which means they're like completely flat. They don't have like the heels not raised up. And they have a wide toe box, which means you can spread out your toes and your toes aren't like crammed into the front of the shoe. So I was in between this pair of ultras and then a pair of Hokas, which Hokas are super popular right now. They're like the big, like they used to be called like old lady or old people shoes, which I think is so funny because they're trending right now with younger people, but they're like super cushiony. They have a pretty big heel raise. So you're like kind of rocking forward. And I was in between these two. I was like, I like the way these feel, but I like the what this one has to offer. And I like that one, and the guy was like, I'll be right back. I think there's a shoe you're going to like. And he brought out the Ultra Forward Experience shoe, which is basically if Ultra and Hoka had a baby. So you have the wide toe box, you have a super slight roll forward. So like that forward roll, like where you feel like you're kind of like rocking forward. You have the cushion of the Hoka and the Ultra because Ultras are super cushiony actually. Like I really enjoy their cushion. It's almost like memory foam. And then they have like a heel lock. So one of my biggest challenges with shoes is that I like my heel slips a lot. And I have to do like the heel lock lace tie. So then my laces are like an inch long and I can like barely tie. Anyway, if you're a runner, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you're like, what is she talking about? But anyway, there's like extra padding that keeps your ankle like in place so that it doesn't slip. I freaking love these shoes. And they look cute too. I got white ones. I don't know why. They were just like the ones that he bought out. And I was like, yeah, sure. I didn't even like bother to ask, like, do you have any other color except white? Because yeah, I'm gonna be on trails a little bit. Nothing crazy, but these are gonna get dirty. So I'm going to try my best not to get them extremely dirty. I wore them once on a run and I felt so freaking good. It was supposed to be just like a chill run, and I ended up running like my fastest run that I have yet. I still haven't gone past 2 miles, but we're getting there, and I'm feeling super strong, and I'm like on a training plan, and I feel really, really good. That run that I took with those shoes, it was just because I got new shoes and I wanted to run. It was like a 15-minute run. It wasn't anything crazy. So that wasn't part of my program, but I just felt like I wanted to run. But I'm following a training program, and it's been really fun. I'm really enjoying running, and I'm not putting any pressure on myself to sign up for races. I feel like when I sign up for races that just like I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm not doing that. That's for sure. But okay. So back to why I'm wearing this headband. So last night, okay, so I have curly hair, obviously. Like I have curly hair. Maybe, I don't know, 2B, 2C curls. It's hard to tell because it's so short right now. I'd say 2B, 2C curls. And I put product in my hair. Like there's curl gel, there's like different oils, and there's, frizz that comes with when you sleep and roll on your pillowcase. So I was like, my hair's getting long enough because it's been growing out from bald hair that I think I should start wearing a bonnet, because I've been really trying to take care of my face and I don't want to put my hair on my pillow and then turn my head and then get my that gel on my face and then break out. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. So I was like, I'm just gonna wear a bonnet and see if that helps, so that I don't have to re-wet my hair every single day. If you have curly hair, you know. If you know. So I got this bonnet and it freaking left this gigantic like mark on my forehead, like a bruise on my forehead, like a headband, but like a bruise across my forehead and like onto my ears. My ears are still a little bit sore. It didn't feel that tight, so I didn't think that it was going to be a big deal, but it left like a huge mark and it was there for hours. And it's still, oh my God, like I was like, what what just happened? So I don't know if anybody else has had that problem, but it was the bonnet from Pattern, which is my favorite brand of hair gel that I like for curly hair. And they're like specifically for curly hair. It's called Pattern. It's like this bright yellow packaging. It's so cute. But oh my God, it was so bad. My forehead has just been through it. So we were at the aquarium and we go into the deep. So we have the open ocean exhibit where it's like this huge tank, huge tank. And it goes like down below and then it goes up like 3 floors. So like you have the bottom floor, which is where we were when this whole story is going to take place. Then we have like the middle floor, and then like there's it's like stadium seating. So it's like technically like a 3rd floor because you have to go up some stairs to see up a little bit higher. Anyway, the bottom part is kind of like at an angle. So it like comes towards you, like it goes down into the floor at an angle and then comes up. And it's like a 45-degree angle. But when you're looking at it, you can't tell that it's angled, if that makes sense. So I went to go look down and I came forward and I clonked my head so freaking hard on the glass at the aquarium, hit my freaking head so hard. My makeup, like there was this huge circle of my makeup on there. And I was like, I know I'm not the first person who did that. And I was just cracking up. And me and my husband like looked to the side along the glass and you just see all these spots of like people's foreheads, like it's all forehead length of just like people's head marks. I was cracking up because I bet if they were looking on the what's it called, like the security footage, I bet there's people behind there watching, like betting, okay, I bet 30 people are gonna bonk their heads today. How many smudge marks do you think are gonna be on there? And they're probably cracking up every single time. But oh my God, I clunked it so hard, but my forehead has just been through it in the last few days. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it's good. I don't know, but I am not going to be wearing that bonnet again. So if you have curly hair and if you wear a bonnet to sleep, please let me know which one you like. I know there's some where they have like or it's flat and not like elastic. So you can just kind of tighten it without it pushing into your forehead like the one I was wearing last night did. Horrible. Never again. Never again. But okay. So now we're gonna be talking about this next part that I've been talking about so much. And so I've been like kind of like not afraid of getting older, but just like really aware that I'm getting older. Speaking of, make sure that you hydrate, because hydration is what prevents wrinkles. Keeping your skin hydrated and plump. Oh my gosh, me and my daughter, we went to a Sephora, because we don't have a Sephora where we live. Like the closest one is like an hour away. So when we were in Monterey, we stopped at the Sephora and we tried on the Tatcha Dewy Skin Moisturizer. Oh my God. Like we just put it on our hands, and my daughter, she's 6. She was like, wow, this is so soft. I was like, I know, right? $90 for a moisturizer. I heard it lasts forever, and I'm kind of thinking about it, but it's also not vegan. So they don't test on animals, but I don't know. I am, this is in the, I don't know. If you've seen Tatcha Cosmetics, their packaging is freaking gorgeous. And apparently their products are really nice too. I put one on the top of my hand and I was showing my husband. I was like, whoa. I was like, feel this. I was like, you can even tell the difference in my hand. And he's like, whoa, you actually can. Oh man. So stay hydrated. Make sure you wear your moisturizer, drink your water, because that's what's really important. But so I've been really aware of aging, and not just like in an appearance way, not just wrinkles. Like, yeah, I've been thinking about wrinkles and stuff a lot too. But just like, aging gracefully, and just how lifestyle, like the little things you do. Like, do you sleep on your face? Do you sleep on your side, on your stomach? Do you sleep on your back? What does your morning routine look like? What does your exercise routine look like? Like all these little things I've been like super aware of. And when we went to visit my husband's grandparents in Monterey, they live in like this really cool, like really bougie, awesome senior like community. It's not like a nursing home or anything. It's like, basically think about it like your college dorms, but like made bougie, and like it's all old people. So they have like a dining facility where like they can go for every meal. They have someone that like comes and cleans their rooms. But it's all like they can just, there's a pool, there's exercise, there's a movie theater, there's like just they can just like sustain on this like little place, and it's really cool. There's like apartments, and there's like like townhome style houses, and it's really cool because I don't know. I think you guys already know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'm sorry. You can Google it. But we went there for Veterans Day, and they were having like this veterans ceremony where they kind of acknowledged all of the veterans that live in that community. And me and my husband, it was really cute. His grandma told the person who was calling out the names, like, hey, we got 2 veterans. So me and my husband both got certificates as well, because if you didn't know, we are both veterans. I was Army Reserves, and my husband was active Army and was discharged after he got hurt in Afghanistan. But yeah, so we got little certificates, and it was really cute. But there was like, all these older people. There's people 80 years old and older. And there was this 102-year-old veteran, World War II veteran, that was just, walking around. I didn't meet him. I think he was walking around. I don't remember anybody being in a wheelchair. So everyone that I saw was walking either with a walker or walking around. And then you have, like, I don't know, just everybody's so different, but you can tell different lifestyles. Someone who, can walk up a hill being, late 80s, walking up a hill, and then someone who can't even, walk across their house. Like there's a lot of lifestyle elements that go along with that. And then I think about like my grandparents, and they're all like, they have a lot of health issues. They're, in and out of the hospital. And then my husband's grandparents, where they can walk up hills, they can do all of these things, and they're like the same age. And then you look at the people that I was running next to, 82 years old, running an ultra marathon trail run. So it's not just, walking down the street. It's like mountainous, grassy, rocky, up hills, down hills, like, and I hear people all the time say my age, that are my same age or slightly older, like less than 40s, saying, "Oh, I'm too old to do kickboxing. Oh, I can't do that because I'm too old." And I'm like, excuse me? Like, you are less than half of your life, less than half of your life has gone by. And you're saying you're too old for this because you're having aches and pains, or like you have these medical issues. It's like, no, like, you're not too old. Old is a state of mind. Like, age is just a number. If you're feeling these aches and pains, it's not likely that it's because you're old. There are people who are, in their, like I said, in their 80s running. You are not too old to run. The average age for a runner is 40 for a marathon running. 40. When you see like people that are like, oh, they're 18, 19. Oh, they can do anything. They're young. Well, you can do anything too at any age. It's all about your lifestyle. It's all about your mindset. For aches and pains, like, yes, right now I'm young and my recovery rate is a little bit faster than somebody who might be a little bit older, because just as we age, your recovery rate goes, like, it slows down, especially if you're eating a poor diet. However, the last 6 years I have dealt with back pain. Well, okay, I guess it's been almost a year since I've felt good. But before that, it was like 6 years of dealing with back pain every day. I couldn't run. Some days I couldn't walk down the hall. I couldn't do step ups. I couldn't walk upstairs without being in pain. I couldn't do when I would sleep. Sleeping caused me pain. I would wake up in the morning hurting. You can work on these things. Now, today, I did a full leg workout. I've been doing full leg workouts. I've been basically pain-free for what month is it? 11? For 9 months. After having 6 years of constant pain. You can, if you change your lifestyle, if you do simple things like going barefoot, if you start eating more fruits and vegetables, if you start drinking more water, changing your brain, going to therapy so that you're a little bit happier and more understanding about what kind of energy you're putting out into the world, what kind of energy you're putting into your own body, how you're treating people, all plays a role in how you age, your happiness, and how your life is going to play out. So just the next time you hear someone say, "Oh, I'm too old," or the next time you want to say, "Oh, I'm too old for that," I want you to kind of think a little bit about what life are you leading? Are you taking care of your nutrition? Are you taking care of your brain? Are you taking care of your body? Are you moving every day? How often are you sedentary? Are you sitting at work? If you're still working, are you sitting when you watch TV? Are you sitting when you drive? How often are you getting outside, feeling the sunshine? Because age, like I said, is just a number. There are limits, of course, but you can live a healthy life longer. You can live a happy life longer. And it's been proven. I am officially on that edge where people start to say, I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. I'm too old for that. And one of my goals is to defy those odds. I want to be like, well, I'm doing it, or like, I'm going to try something new at the age of, I don't know, 55. I'm going to try something new when I'm 65. I just think that like that's one of the things that gets me is like, you can see it in people when you have two people that are the same age, have, basically the same things in life, but it's just like the mindset, like, how do they take care of their bodies? Are they drinking water? Are they moving? Like, it's the simplest things. It's the simplest things. And like I said, how are you presenting yourself in the world? Are you an energy sucker, or are you someone who gives people energy and want to see you more and make them feel good about themselves? So I just kind of really wanted to talk about that just because it's really been on my mind lately. So yeah, I think I kind of got all the points that I wanted to say out as far as like aging wise goes. And are you, oh, here's one that I could have plugged this in and I didn't do it. Are you reading? Are you learning about what's going on in the world? Are you learning different points of view through books? Are you keeping your intimacy spicy by reading spicy books? Are you, like, there's like these little things that people put off or say, they don't want to do, but it really, your lifestyle really determines your lifestyle. But anyway, if you're listening to this and you're kind of like, wow, I haven't, done anything physical in 3 months, take this as a sign to do something. Go for a walk. It doesn't have to be crazy. Like, literally just go outside for 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Just go outside, walk your dog, play with your kids. Just do something. Get up and down off the ground. Go barefoot. Feel your feet in the grass. And yeah, don't you ever say that you're too old in front of me, because I will just turn around and walk away. I don't need that energy. I need you to give me energy. Don't suck the energy from me, okay? But anyway, I think I'm done. I hope you all had a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys next week. You know the drill. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, download, share with your friends if you found any of this interesting. Give me a comment. Send me a picture of you listening to it on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Bridget.Koenig. That's where I'm most active. And yeah, I will talk to you guys next week.